how I became a control freak living with my alcoholic mother. And it really seems to help because I remember even as a young boy being picked up at school or dropped off by my mother driving drunk. And I would start cringing down in the seat to try to escape the gaze of anybody who might be looking. And then my drunk mother would say, "What, are you ashamed of me?" And I would say, "No." And I'd sit up and then I'd start slumping down in my seat again. Even in high school, she'd pick me up drunk, or when a friend would come over after school, or even a girlfriend, she'd be drunk. She had started drinking before we even got home or before school was out. And yeah, the embarrassment and the discomfort and really just the appalling humiliation of living with a parent who's got that problem. And what did that do for me? I ended up becoming a control freak because I had to make sure all the details were in place. One of the biggest, most important decisions I made was don't ever bring people home. Don't invite people over to my house. Don't include my mother whenever possible. Sadly, I didn't stop that behavior when I moved out of the house. It continued to be a part of my life, affecting all my relationships. I didn't realize it at the time, but it was affecting my first marriage because I was a control freak in every conceivable way. And I was always nice about it. That's the other deceptive thing about it. I wasn't that domestic violence guy pounding the table or yelling and screaming. I was that nice guy who would gently nudge you with a little bit of guilt or a little bit of shame or a little bit of just the depreciation of your character, just enough to let you know that I really wasn't trying to hurt you. I was trying to help you be a better you. Fortunately, before I ever became a therapist, I got a lot of help from Al-Anon and ACOA groups, Adult Children of Alcoholics, and it made a huge difference in my life. And it was that experience that had me realizing that therapy actually could be very therapeutic and very helpful to people. And it could help us all step away from some of the rage and the moralizing, the preaching around human behavior. Because until I could understand myself, I wasn't really able to understand my mother. And once I understand someone else, I'm able to speak to them as an equal because we're all so very flawed. And understanding how I became a control freak and the years it took me to overcome that really opened up my eyes and informs me to this day when I'm an expert witness in court or I'm working with somebody who's really hostile to therapy. They're acting the way they're acting because they have good reasons to act the way they're acting. And it all goes back to their childhood. For all of us, it goes back to our childhood, including the recovering control freak you see in front of you.